Hi everyone, hi and welcome back to Battle Rap Resume. This is your host Tom Quee as ever. Thank you so much for listening. This is episode 19. We are coming up to, just deep going into it. We're growing out. We're going beyond adolescence into the more mature years of battle rap, as it were. And I just want to say thank you, as ever, to everyone that is listening to the show. If you're listening on YouTube, please subscribe and like. If you're listening on iTunes, please leave a review. I'm just going to kind of beg you now. I'm going to be blatant because really you've been spoiled and you know it. The guests on this show have been ridiculous, and I just want to give a shout out to every single one of them before we start. If this is your first episode, go back and check out the early ones. Go back and check out Crafty and Soul and Shocks the Rebel was so good to have on, and Old English, and all those ones were so fantastic. And if you do want to get in contact with the show, maybe you want to request a guest, or maybe you want to just holler, or I don't know, whatever, just get in contact, please. At Battle Rap Resume, that's on Twitter. It's where you can find out about future episodes. That's where I normally kind of will leak, or I say leak, it's kind of like, I guess, an upload schedule, showing you what the next 5 or 6 episodes are going to be, because I'm recording quite a lot at the moment and doing quite a lot in advance. So this episode, for example, is not going to come out for months after, but still, it's something that I love doing, and you too like listening as well, so that's great. And battlerapresume@gmail.com is the email you can get in contact with us as well. And if you want to help support the podcast in any way, we have a Redbubble shop where we're selling a few little bits of merchandise, mainly stickers of the logo itself, and they're just to support the bandwidth costs of keeping the podcast going in terms of the storage of the episode. So yeah, you can get in contact with us there, and you can purchase things at Redbubble. That's just search Battle Rap Resume on the Redbubble thing, or Google Redbubble Battle Rap Resume. You'll come across it. But my guest today is, and I'm sure he won't mind me saying, is someone that you probably don't know. Like the chances are that you're in that demographic. You're most likely probably English. I mean, I appreciate that the battle rap is this kind of intercontinental thing. That's what's so good about it. And there's no doubt people listening from all over the world, and please, you're welcome. But I appreciate that because I'm kind of don't flop oriented. I'm English. It's going to kind of engender that certain bias there, and you're likely not to know who this guy is. And this guest is new for the show as well, because it's the first person I've had on the show that I was not aware of before I started the show, if that makes sense. Like, everyone that I've had on up to these 19 episodes have been people that I've been fans of for more than likely years, and that I've really wanted to get on the show and then got on the show. But my guest today is someone that I learned only through my third guest, E. Farrell, who's a fellow alumni of iBattle, and who's going on to fucking incredible things. That guy, I'm so, I don't want to say I'm proud of him, that sounds weird, but just have him on the show and just to see how good he's doing, it's just fucking awesome to see. Shout out E. Farrell every time. But it was through having E. Farrell on the show, had each other on Facebook, and E. Farrell's the kind of guy, he's just a great guy, he's always sharing battles and kind of shouting out people and stuff like that. He's got a lot of love for the scene as a whole, he's just a real genuine guy. And he was sharing your battle with Colie C, Dego, and he just said, I believe he said, you punch different, that's all he said. And I took him on his word. I was like, E. Farrell is you know what I mean? He's a really intelligent writer himself. He's going to see quality in a fellow writer. I was like, I trust Eric's judgment here. I put on the battle, and I think it was after your URL Stein. I mean, we're going to get into the Colie C battle later on, but after that, the Goosebumps URL Stein bar, I just I sat him at, welcome to the podcast, Dego.
Yeah, what up, yo? Shout out to E. Farrell, too, by the way. That's the boy. But yeah, thanks for having me on here, yo, for real.
No, of course, man. Of course. I'm a fucking... Honestly, I know, I've not really been into your battles for that long, per se. Probably, genuinely since, February this year, which is brief, man. And, but I've really, really been enjoying it. And, I mean, it's not surprising in a sense, not to put you down at all, we're going to be praising you, but, you've been battling a long time, and is it fair to say you don't have that many views?
Yeah, my view count's low for how long I've been doing this, actually. The thing is, I started really early. In my whole rap career so far, I've had 16 ducks. So I feel like that spaced my shit out a lot farther than it should have.
Yeah.
So I've kind of been working in reverse right now to you know what I mean? To build up a decent resume and get enough battles strung together. Because a lot of my shit was a year apart, maybe 6 months. Just recently I was able to really continuously get booked battles that actually happen. So I think that has a lot to do with it. But yeah, definitely, I have a lower count than I should have.
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of speculate a little further on that, going on your verse tracker. So we have 16 battles, your first battle being July 25th, 2011. So we're going
Which one was that?
That's with James Joyce.
Yep, that isn't actually my first battle, but I think that's probably my first battle that was like on there.
Yeah. So that's.
So I even had a few before that just were like not real leagues or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Just like backyard type stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, James Joyce was my my tryout for Connecticut Battle League, which then became iBattle.
Right.
So yeah, that was like technically my tryout.
Yeah, and we'll get into that battle. A really good try actually. Oddly has 30-second rounds.
Yeah, it was weird, right?
Yeah.
Like that was like the standard back then. It was like a minute round, so like 30 rounds for a tryout.
Yeah.
It's like 8 bars, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's nothing, cool. Especially considering like James Joyce's elongated style. He barely gets bars. Like you kind of compact it a little better than he does. Like he's
word, yeah, definitely.
You know, but yeah, anyway, so that's your first battle of the 16, and then your most recent battle, as you say, was very recently, Greedy Grimes, which was like 2 weeks ago. But yeah, 27,000 views, average views like 1,000. Like I'm not kind of kissing your ass, as we say in England, but like it's fucking ridiculous. Like the quality really of your pen that we're going to get into, like it's just kind of, it doesn't make sense. Like it's kind of illogical. Like, you know, I'm from Don't Flop, like where you know, there are battlers out there. Like I remember Soul back in the day. Like you're aware of Soul, I assume.
Oh hell yeah,
yeah.
Soul's fire.
Yeah. Oh my god,
100%.
Yeah. Soul's incredible. But like I remember back in the day, like 2012, Soul wasn't really viewed. You know, Soul was underviewed, kind of similar to you, and it was kind of like people now are going back, kind of post Raptor, post C Major, post his title reign, you know, and being like, oh my god, this guy was genius from the start, and like I just feel that people are missing out here. Like, you know, okay, you're on iBattle, but iBattle's still a fairly big league. Like, it's just, you know, it baffles.
It's true.
Dego, you know. But,
I really think it does have to do with like the timing of my battles and when they happened, and like I've just recently been able to really start like building, you know what I mean? So I feel like I kind of started off behind already.
Right.
So I'm like now just starting to get like working on that view count and everything like that. My shit's been going up.
No, man, and like I mean, and I was saying to you earlier as well, like a GZ bunker battle, like that just makes sense, man.
It does. Everyone's been saying that. I'm actually working on that, actually.
Oh, thank God, man. Like, because I know they're doing a lot of events, so there's a lot of opportunities there, and it's just like...
Yeah.
I just, you know, we're going to get to, like, certain battles, like the fucking... Your second round against Colie C, like, where it's like...
Word.
Like, that gets huge reaction, you know?
Yeah.
Shout out Bangs as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
But
always. That's the way, too.
I love Bangs, man. Like...
Hell yeah, yo. He is battle rap. Like,
oh, man. Like...
He's that dude.
I got to admit that when we did the E. Farrell battle, it was kind of like, you know, I was nervous... British guy, and I was kind of watching Bangs. I was like, he's loud, but like when you but like I got to like, you know, 4 or 5 months later of kind of letting it soak in and then encountering him when I get into your battles, I'm like, yes, man, he just makes that round against Colie C, man.
Yeah, right.
That's hype, man.
Yeah, he's, we're actually from the same town and shit, New Haven. Shout out Elm City.
Yeah, you shout out Elm City.
That's the boy.
Yeah, can we? Let's go into your history, man. Because I mean, like, I'm little. I've got to admit, I'm a little ignorant. I've watched your battles, but I'm not aware of kind of. It's not like Don't Flop where I can kind of assume origins. Like Elm City, New Haven. No offense, I've never heard of those places, man. Like, you know, so I mean, where do you start rapping in Elm City?
Well, really, I started. My first battle was in New York. I was going to school out there for a little while, and I made beats for a long time, you know what I mean? I rap freestyle here and there, and I just ended up in a battle one night, as weird as it sounds, you know what I mean? We're drinking shit, and there's like a cypher and shit, people start dissing, so I just like hopped in.
How old were you here, sorry?
This was probably like 18.
Okay.
Something like that. So, I just like hopped in a freestyle battle and shit. I was, you know what I mean? Just killed it. And people were like, yo, like, you need to do this shit. So I was like, fuck it, let me do it. And I came back to Connecticut, and there wasn't really a scene for it yet. So me and a couple other people threw like just like barbecue events and shit. It was written, so you know what I mean, written league, but it was a 2-on-2 league. So it was like, you know what I mean, just something different. And then after that, it started falling through just because of like trying to work shit out, and I didn't have the right contacts and everything. And at the same time, Logic, who is, you know what I mean, the owner of iBattle, he was just starting some shit out. So I was like, I'd much rather just show up and rap than have to deal with all these rappers and shit, you know what I mean? And shout out to Logic, yo. That man his work ethic is crazy for what he does. And that's the big homie.
Yeah, shout out iBattle, man.
Hell yeah, shout out iBattle Cult. iBattle Cult. So fucking, I ended up doing that tryout with James Joyce. And that's pretty much how I got started, really.
Yo, it's hot as fuck. You
came dressed like a fucking clown. This is a battle league, not alchemy. How come he has a button down?
The tryout, as we say, the 30-second rounds. This is the 25th of July, 2011. So we're going back a while. You've been battling for coming up to 5 years since this was released. Yep. So half a decade there. It's a great kind of tryout event. We have similar events in Don't Flop, Rapping It Park, where just everyone just kind of there's no roof. Like that's the good shit, right? Like that's
the real shit.
Yeah.
Because I got, all my first rap battles besides league shit is just on the spot outside, bus stops, parks, basketball courts, wherever. So I feel like that's a real important element.
And there's a guy in the background. His shirt's off. He's got criminal tattooed on his stomach.
Yes, he's OG too. He's in that's Mike P from he's in Penalty Box with me and Logic and a few other dudes.
Shit, man.
He's an OG too. Shout out to him.
Yeah, man. That guy, man. It sets the mood.
Hell yeah.
And the host of I know God Awful's the host of iBattle, but the other main host of iBattle, who am I thinking of?
Logic?
Logic, yeah, that's right, yeah.
He's the one that actually runs iBattle.
Yeah.
He's the mastermind behind the cult. He's the coach.
He's a great presence, man. I love having him watching the battles, man. He's really, really fun. The guy from Thesaurus Nestle, that was on iBattle, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's a big one. That's when people were like, okay, iBattle's something to fuck with. You know what I mean? Before that, we had a ton of good battles and fucking great battles, but I think that really started getting a magnifying glass on us around that time. Takeover.
No, seriously, man. That was the first battle of yours of iBattles that I ever saw, actually. And I explored further through that and found E-Farrell and whatever. But yeah, this toe tagging this Cro-Magnon protagonist, Saurus,
they were both on fire that night.
So, how good is it that you get two top tier guys killing it on a fairly minor league? Oh man, they brought it. That is such a good battle.
And I think a lot of that's because they have respect for Logic. You know what I mean? He's a real businessman. He does good work and everything. So it's you know what I mean? Everybody when they come to iBattle is on their shit because they know if they're not, you know what I mean, they're gonna get cooked by someone here. So you know what I mean? Yeah, I think it's just a mutual respect.
No, totally. And both of you guys show that here, and I quite like James Joyce, actually.
Hell yeah.
A lot of the time on Battle Rap Resume, I'm ripping into the tryout a little bit. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? But shout out to James Joyce. I mean, are you a fan?
Hell yeah,
are you a fan of the actual James Joyce or?
Oh hell yeah, yes. Yeah. He's dope as fuck, yo. That's the boy. I wish he battled more. He does more music type shit, which is awesome too. You know what I mean? But he's a killer. He'll fuck anybody up. No, I can't remember what his last battle on iBattle was. It might have been Greedy Grimes, actually.
Yeah, no,
wild.
He comes with the kind of the plosive phonetic kind of PP, so I can purposely spit in your face, which is really nice. He's got the dominant flow. You wanted to be a producer at first, so you could eat Fruity Loops.
Yeah, because we kind of knew each other. You know what I mean? So there's some personal shit in there.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, that kind of tied in. Didn't realize that before. And again,
and he's young, yo. He was maybe 17 when that happened.
Right, shit.
He's tall as fuck, but you know what I mean? He's young.
He's rocking the button up.
Hell yeah, yep. I hadn't speak on that.
Yeah. And again, it's 30 seconds, so we don't really get our first proper glimpse of you as a battler, but that is the part of the course here. You say that he took a RA, the Rugged Man course. Yep. You're going on the Lisp. It's just a strong attack, really. Nice multi-game. The audience love it. You guys are killing it. The atmosphere's... Did it feel good getting that first round out? You feel confident.
Yep. That atmosphere, yo, that park is across the street from one of my best friend's house. I've spent mad time in that park and shit. I was smoked blunts there since I was little and shit. So that was just my backyard.
Yeah.
That was fucking dope. I wish I could get a chance to. I've only battled in New Haven 3 times.
Wow.
The James Joyce one, the Al 40 Cal one, and the Greedy Grimes one. So, yeah, I wish I had more in my hometown, but all my shit, you know what I mean? Those are my only 3 that actually happened in Elm City.
And you call out his horrorcore attempts? Did he do horrorcore?
Yep, that's his genre, kind of.
Ah, okay.
He does a little more, though. A lot of horrorcore I can't really listen to because it's too much. He actually fucking can rap, too. You know what I mean? It's not he doesn't use it as a gimmick. I think he falls into, that kind of category, but, he can actually rap his ass off, and he can make songs that appeal to more than just that. But I felt like it was just kind of, a good attempt.
No, and then the third closes out with just a pretty good bar on your going in on his appearance. Maybe Drake will make you a hook if you mail him back his eyebrows.
Wow, I didn't remember that. Shit.
Boy, like that one. Yeah, I mean, that's also the point about our resume, I guess, reminding the guests of certain bars and stuff. And,
shout out to Drake.
Yeah, and I want to say as well, just to introduce you in a sense further in the show, that like one of the reasons that I enjoy Dego Diavolo so much is the kind of just the creativity behind the writing. You know, the real thought process. I mean, I can detect a lot of joy in there. Like, you really enjoy writing this, don't you?
Oh yeah, because a lot of my shit, like when I first started rapping, was either freestyle over beat or written over beat. So I feel like I take a lot of rhythmic type shit with me to battle rap that some people that, you know what I mean, haven't started out in a more musical background don't really have. And I feel like for a while I tried to do too much rhythm and shit, so I had to kind of move away from fucking like that type of writing. And like when they say talk to them, I think they really mean like fucking talk to them. Like if you talk to people, it goes farther than just having, you know what I mean, flow or multis or whatever. You actually have to like engage the crowd and shit. So I feel like that was like one of my obstacles coming up is with trying to get a decent delivery and still hold on to like the actual rap of it. No, it's like a very thin line, I feel.
I totally feel that. There are several moments in many of these battles when you just go on this attack, you know, this stream of bars, and like you're just waiting for the crowd to stop so you can keep going. And my god, like it's crazy. And another reason that I really like you is that we're pretty much the same age, I guess. We're both kind of 90s kids, and there's just a lot of your stuff is littered with great pop culture references. Like, is this a reflection of you?
90s kid.
Is this a reflection of you as a person? Are you just kind of like, you know, just love this culture? Like, you just want to kind of like put it in there, or?
Yep, definitely. Because I mean, everyone's a product of their environment. I like to rap about shit that I know. You know what I mean? Shit that I grew up with. Things that, like, you know what I mean? Stuff I would be interested in. So it's like I try to do that, and whoever else gets it, you know what I mean? You get it, you connect with it. That's what it's up.
Free lockjaw.
Yeah, right. Some shit I feel people don't even get, like, unless you really, really know the shit.
Yeah.
It's like, I like that when people reference shit that no one else really references. So that's what's up, yo. Free lockjaw.
Yeah. Free lockjaw. Yeah, you've definitely came with that. And we'll get into the first battle proper.
Word.
Against Esram. This is January 2012, so kind of not that soon after this one, really.
Yep.
And this is a New Year's Revolution event. Grind Time in the building?
Oh, yes. Yep. They were heavy in there. The Draft League, too, at the time.
Right.
Draft League was popping. And that was actually my iBattle debut. The one with James Joyce, that was CBL, which was before iBattle. And then, so that was my iBattle debut, that battle, pretty much.
And I mean, one of the things that I really like about following you and just watching your battles is every person you battle is someone I've never seen before, if you know what I mean.
Really?
Like,
yeah, that's what's up, though.
Pretty much, like, it's kind of like, say, I don't know, saying URL, say suddenly I start really getting into K-Shine and watch all K-Shine's battles. I've seen most of K-Shine's opponents before. Like, that's just the nature of kind of the league. Whereas here, I love Dego Diavolo, and it's like, I've never heard of Wirth. I've never heard of Colie C. And it's great. It's great to just expand your knowledge that way and kind of force you to, not force, but you know what I mean? Kind of like,
definitely.
Esram is one of the figures that comes across, who is...
Hell yeah. Whenever you buy a gram, split his couch, look inside the gram, dismantle then, rearrange it like an anagram, dissecting every section till there's no appendages left to the sides of him. So that in more than one way you can say I left him just like diagrams.
Interesting character in iBattle, right?
Hilarious show. Like at the time, yo, and even still, like some of the most funny shit has come from him. Like in memory from battles.
Crowd love him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's hilarious.
How would you describe him?
He's hood as fuck, but he's also like he doesn't push it on you. Like he's funny dude. So like he uses his strengths really well, and he can write his ass off. Like far as multis and shit, like he be just spazzing. He got a lot of good shit. Yeah,
man. And he goes in on your bowl cut, you know, talking about your haircut.
Oh, yeah. He brought up my high school and the community college I went to and shit. So, like, I didn't really used to get hit with a whole lot of personal shit.
Right.
So I think he just, you know, did some digging, and he hit me with some good shit. I remember he was like, you went to the sound school. That sounds like a safe and sound school or some shit. And, like, that was my high school. No one, like, you know what I mean? No one brought that up. And, like, because people were from New Haven in the building, I think it hit, you know what I mean? People actually knew what the fuck he was talking about. So, like, that was dope. I always remember that shit.
Yeah, and, you know, I personally, I didn't mind him. I found him quite hard to understand, almost Deadman-esque.
Yep, yeah, definitely.
With the kind of,
I think he just rushes a little bit too much, so like it's hard to understand.
Yeah, he's got kind of a tired, inflamed throat, and I mean, it's not bad. It's a little long. And I love that. Well, first of all, I love that he went first because it allows the first attack of your first to really work.
I knew exactly that was going to go down like that, like because that's like the one thing I remember from listening to him was like just that flow and like the cadence he has. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I gotta like do something to counteract that, or else, you know what I mean? Because it works.
Oh God, it demolishes. Yeah, so basically you go straight in for an impression of him, mocking him. Your mom, pussy, looks like Pumpkinhead. She's got ugly stench of skunks and meth, some mustard eggs and monkey sex, and 110 Maltese. Slow down your ass, Grandpa. No one knows what the fuck you just said. Like, man, and the fact that you're slowing as you say it, and it's just this guillotine chop, and it's like you make him look like an asshole, man, and you kind of do it, out creative him while impersonating him as well. It's the ultimate mockery. It's Swave Senior is how you refer to him.
Hell yeah. Immature technique. I remember there's a bunch of
immature technique. Yeah. That's really, really funny as well. And then he kind of rebuttals the creative flourish of your verse, coming with the fact that your dad has a vagina and your mom fucks it with a horse dick. Which again is another haymaker in there, and lots of great writing in this again. How they let you out of District 9 when you still depend on Section 8.
Word.
And then the immature bar is that just your whole, like, you seem so comfortable here. Like, what is the kind of rehearsal process for you? Is this kind of your movements very kind of like, it's really fun to watch? You seem really in the moment. Like what are you doing before a battle? Like a week before the battle? Are you got your verses down? You rehearsing them, or?
Here's the thing. For a while, like, I was heavy on the writing and the prep. Like, that battle, you know what I mean? I wrote for it because I knew if I didn't, like, he would come there and fuck me up. Mm-hmm. And I was still kind of new into the game, and I had watched a bunch of his battles, and I knew he was, like, you know what I mean? He had the science down more. Mm-hmm. So, for that battle, I was definitely writing and shit. And what happened was, after I got ducked maybe 4 or 5 times in a row. I think it was after that battle. Sure. So I started like writing less for my opponent because like I was like, I'm not going to keep fucking writing all this shit and the person doesn't show up and it's a waste. It never goes to use. So I started doing a little more like generic or like just not directed towards anyone type of bars just because I didn't want to have to waste them. So when I just recently started getting people I knew would show up. So like the Colie C joint, all that shit, it's a little more tailored to my opponent, but I have a bunch of battles where it's just like I was just barring out, you know what I mean? Just so I could fucking get a chance to use the material. So I feel like depending on the battle, there was a whole different, you know what I mean, background, and like the prep that I went into it was a little different.
Yeah, it shows.
Yeah.
You go in on the aggression and, it gets a huge reaction. In the third, you basically go in a kind of your black as Oprah's ass, black as Wesley Snipes' neck.
It's like a flashback right now.
How the fuck you so black but never shown an ounce of depth?
And I remember that was one of the lines I thought was like more like, you know what I mean, because that was his style of joking, but then I kind of had like a punch at the end, and I thought that was going to actually go over better than it did. I got reaction, but like I thought it was going to be more of like one of my haymakers, and then like something that was just like less, you know what I mean, had less of a meaning. You never know what's going to hit in the building.
You don't get the reaction you deserve, man. And that's such a kind of lame host thing to say when a guest is on. But it's kind of true. Like, these are really, really good bars. We're underground. You live under a bridge. There's a difference, bitch. Really good. I'm New Haven's hero, no De Niro. Give your girl a Lucy for the booty, even though you say she's not for sale. So when this Italian boy fucks his black girl, guess you could say I'm getting that Bronx tale.
Yes, that actually I thought of in the building.
Whoa!
Because we were outside.
Jeez.
Yes, and this is there was Diamond Lils. It's called. That was where Takeover 1 was too. That's like was a little spot for us for a while in iBattle. And next door there was this biker bar, and you could like just tell they were like, you know what I mean, racist biker bars. Right. And we were talking outside about like the biker bar scene, and that just kind of like sparked that bar for me. So I just like made it, and that's why the structure's a little weird on it, you know what I mean? But it still worked. But yeah, that was all from I think it was Lex Luthor and Just Days. We were outside talking about the biker bar scene. So yeah, that just kind of sparked it off for me.
Yeah, no, it works, and this is a fantastic battle. Like you say, this is quite early on in your career, but I mean, from these early days, there is this quality. Like, you know, this is why we're going back so early, because these battles are so fun to watch. Like, I mean, What is writing to you like? Like, what is the writing process like? Are you coming with lots of pre-meds? Do you just put pen to pad and just let your your imagination work? Or
it depends on the battle. Some battles I feel I was definitely under prepped, and sometimes it's a better thing. You know what I mean? Because there's certain things you can go off of, and other times, depending on the opponent, though, I like to have 3 solid rounds done. Like, you know what I mean? So I like to have a little looseness, though, because you never know what's going to happen. Something be worth flipping. I like rebuttals, but I'll only rebuttal if it's really worth it. Mm-hmm. So I try to gauge that. Before, I used to try to just rebuttal anything. Now I'm a little more selective on it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I'm going to skip ahead quite a while now. Like you say, you did have a lot of no-shows, and that does kind of pockmark slightly the schedule. And we're going to jump ahead pretty much 2 years into Jay Wirth.
This kid is fucking trash, like a gutter ratchet pill whore. I'd put a hole in one if there was a sudden drastic swing off, but you wouldn't throw hands like Chubbs from Happy Gilmore.
The Jay Wirth battle seems in many ways to be kind of like almost a sense of redemption for you. Like, you definitely seem really happy about your performance at the end. You declare that you're back. Like, I mean, what was kind of 2013 for you then? Was this a tough teething period in iBattle, or what was it, Dego?
I think that was my first battle that I actually had booked that the person had showed up in a while.
Wow.
Yeah, because I remember there was a little string where I think I had at least 5 or 6 no-shows in a row. Mm. So at that point, I was just like fucking thrilled I got to battle. You know what I mean? Which is like, it sucks getting no-showed, man. Like, last year, I actually broke. By last year, I had 16 battles that happened and 16 no-shows. So I'm finally over having more battles than no-shows.
Wow.
Which is, it's kind of fucking sad, you know what I mean? I would have had over 30 battles, but I'm at 16 right now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And that's a lot of battles. Like, I often just marvel at battlers like yourself who write so in-depth but put out so many battles. Like, how do you have this capacity for bars?
I don't know, like, a lot of shit came to me, and that's what I was saying. Like, I started doing more shit that's, you know what I mean, just fire bars at, like, instead of angles or personals, because, like, it was just like, I always had the back of my head, this person's not going to show up, and I'm going to have wasted all this shit. So I think that kind of just getting to thinking of just straight bars kind of just started spiraling out of control for me, you know what I mean? So it's like I can turn anything into a bar now. It's like I have to weed out the shit I don't want to say.
Are you, so like I know... I mean, it could happen on iBattle. You and Danny Myers?
It's actually, some people have said it before. And I know he's seen a couple of my shits. He told me I was fire, so I would definitely do that.
Oh my god. iBattle, please. Like, jeez. That makes sense. That just makes sense, you know.
Yeah, I feel it does.
And before we get on to Jay Wirth, which is a fantastic, fantastic battle, I just want to talk quickly about the 2-on-2. Like, how was that, adapting to that situation?
Oh, word. Oh, yeah. That was actually a full event of 2-on-2s, and it ended up just being 2 2-on-2s. Oh. So, So I think it's just harder to put together that many 2-on-2s. But yeah, iBattle, I think, was the first people to ever have a 2-on-2 event. Just for the record books, you know?
Yeah.
But
fuck you, Double
that was
Impact.
Dope. Yeah, for real, exactly. No, just kidding. But,
no.
The 2-on-2 was dope. It was different. And the dude I did it with, Doc Jones, he was another like face in New Haven, you know what I mean? And he got some battles too. He quit battling too to do the more music thing. But he's fire. He battled Jeff. He actually has a good battle versus Jeffrey. Shout out to Jeff too.
Oh yeah, of course, man. Yeah, Jeff is just this GMO to get my chicken bigger.
Hell yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
Jeff's fire.
Like, Jeff was one of those ones that, like, I discovered when DNA and K-Shine with E. Farrell.
Yeah.
And I thought he was dope in that. And then, I saw him versus Laughingstock, and I was just like, this guy.
Fire battle. Him and Eric Foreman just had a crazy battle on the bunker.
Man.
That shit was nuts.
Holy shit. No,
yeah.
Shout out Jeffrey. The guy's dope, man.
So he has a battle versus Doc Jones, and he was just, you know what I mean? I knew him from New Haven rapping through friends and shit, and he was like, yo, let's do 2-on-2. So I was like, fuck it, let's do it. And it's cool because it's like, it's not as much pressure, I feel, than a one-on-one battle is more serious. There's different dynamics and shit you can do in 2-on-2 because like a lot of like, you know what I mean? More intricate bars and shit like that. You can kind of like fuck around and do different angles and different approaches that you can't really do in a one-on-one. So that was dope. That's one of my favorite battles I probably ever did because it was just fun. And 3SK and Kinetic Dialect, those are the boys too. Shout them out. That was a fun ass battle.
Yeah, man. So we'll get into Jay Wirth, and again, it's interesting in this journey to discover all these new people. And Jay Wirth was an interesting prospect who, when I first watched this battle, I was intrigued by the guy, and I went on his verse tracker. And the reason why I was intrigued was because he's very young, isn't he?
Hell yeah, he's mad young.
Especially when you battled him, especially this was like in 2014, you know.
Yeah, he had to be like 17, 18 years old.
He looks young, and this is not his first battle either. You know, this is like his fourth battle, so he's been battling a year before. So you know, he's kind of like I guess I could compare him in Don't Flop to like Blizzard or someone like when he started.
Yeah,
like,
true.
You know,
I can actually see that. Yeah, I can see the comparison.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like kind of noticeably schoolboyish. Like you know, they've got that. Like they can still write, they can still spit. Like they're decent. You know, Jay Wirth is definitely really good in this battle. But yeah, to me, when I mean, I've appreciated him more as I watched it, and kind of the writing is quite good, but on his side, but. When I initially watched it, I was kind of saw him as kind of this schoolboy sort of thing. And I went on his verse track, and I was like, he battled Dirt, he battled Addy Boom, he battled Nun, he's battled some like serious writers.
Hell yeah. He has a giant music following.
Oh, really?
I think that's his background too. You can tell when he writes. I think he has a little more like the flow rhythm type shit.
There's a beat.
And he got a big music background. And I thought that was a good, you know what I mean, a good person to battle because they get views off people that aren't battle rap fans. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? There's a whole another like fan base that doesn't really get tapped into a whole lot in battle rap. Mm-hmm. So it's always good to have cross promotion and shit like that. I thought it was a good idea. Mm-hmm. And he was fire. He was a good opponent.
Yeah, this was a good battle, man. This is a really, really good battle.
Very good looks.
This is one of the ones that I kind of just watched randomly after the Colie C, and I was like, I was like, I really like this guy. I was like, one of the things that hit me was like, I was like, wow, this guy's really consistent. Like,
yeah, good looks.
I was impressed, man. Like, I mean, is that important to you as a writer? Do you feel like an obligation, like you're going to write well?
Yeah, I mean, I like to do shit that I would like, you know what I mean? So if like something isn't up to my standards, I'll redo it, you know what I mean? Because it's entertainment. You want to be entertained, you got to have the shit to be entertaining. So it's like, it just makes sense. And I like, you know what I mean? I was always bar heavy, like wordplay, shit like that. Yeah. So I'm a puncher. That's really what I am.
And what sort of...
It's just natural.
Yeah. And what sort of writers entertain you in battle rap?
I like different shit. Mm-hmm. T. Sawyer, he's on a team with me. I actually really like his writing.
Okay,
It's
not heard that guy. I need to check him out.
Yep. He's from Elm City too. We're in a team called US, just us.
Any battles by him that you should check out?
He battled Greedy Grimes. That was fire.
Okay. T. Sawyer, Greedy Grimes. Okay.
Definitely check that one out. That's fire.
Yeah, check that out.
And he battled Transman Dane. Mm-hmm. That was fucking crazy. But he's just a different writer. He's from Elm City too. Mm-hmm. And he just, up until I seen him, I haven't really seen anyone that has a pen like him. So definitely him. The whole team, Just Us League, it's me, JL, Monster Leakness, Pressure Bust Pipes, Verse from 413. Mm-hmm. We got a strong fan. I mean, we got a strong fan base and a strong team. You know what I mean?
Dope, man. Yeah, and
yeah, they're all different and like style wise. Like none of us are similar. Mm-hmm. So it's good because you get a lot of these crews and it's like they have similar writing and you know what I mean. We have a crew where it's everyone's their own man and like we all sound different. So I think that's definitely like a good thing.
Shout out NWX.
Hell yeah.
As you begin, as Jay Wirth begins, one of the things that you notice, which is this lame, I'll let people watch the battle and decide, but two of his boys are wearing hoodies with his name on.
It's a little weird, you know what I mean? They're young, so they kind of get a pass.
Yeah, but I mean, it makes them seem young, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of. And Jay Wirth, he has streaks of youthful arrogance throughout his writing. So he has like a good bar, but like a teenager, like we all did when we're teenagers, like we all do now, really. But like you know, you want to explain why you're clever. You don't want to just be clever. You want to be like, did you notice how clever I was?
Yeah.
So
right.
So like you know, see, I ain't the one. This is Jay. I ain't the one to boast about dropping bodies, but when this fat man drops, he'll hit the ground like Nagasaki, and then he kind of just draws it back and explains that, you know, fat man, little boy with the name of the bombs, Enola Gay, Hiroshima shit, you know, and it's just perhaps a little bit forced, maybe, you know.
Yeah, I feel like some people do it when it makes sense and it's good, but some shit you don't really have to break down. Mm-hmm. And I kind of like feel like that's like, you know what I mean, almost like condescending to the crowd, like you got to explain it to them, like I don't think I've ever done a bar where I've ran it back or like explained anything. It's like I have faith. You know what I mean? Like, you can become seasoned if you're not seasoned. I have faith in the crowds. Mm-hmm. So, you know.
I mean, you are the definition of... I get the YouTube rapper. Like, you know, these bars are just... Yeah. So much stuff, again, is slept on. So we'll get into your first... I mean, like, what is your attitude, just before we jump in, with someone whose name is Jay Wirth? So those are two different aspects of a name, Jay and Wirth.
Yeah, I wanted to do shit that, like, I didn't want to do a whole lot of, like, J flips.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you do kick off with a good one, and I like name flips, but I mean, like, are you kind of like, you're almost scolding yourself puritanically? You're like, I can't just rely on these things, they're too easy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I battled Jay Wirth and J Dubs before that. So, like, and then, like, I have a history of these names: J Dubs, J Wirth, Esram, ODub. It's
Colie
like all
C.
like Colie C letter names. I was like, I don't understand. Like, there's so many of them. So I feel like, you know what I mean? You can't just take the easy route and, like, just start flipping letters. You know what I mean? I feel like there's better shit to talk about. So
drop J's Wirth like stuffed up Jordans. Unimportant, a net nerd. Anything hot you've said, I've already said first. I rhyme so nice, white or white guys like you describe me with the N-word.
Wow, yeah. That's old school. Hell yeah.
And, I mean, I guess this is kind of a name flip. Really, really intelligent. Love this bar. Not to mention you spelled Wirth. It's worth saying that Wirth is spelled W-I-R-T-H, J Wirth.
Yep.
You spelled Wirth with an I instead of an O. So technically, if your I-O-U aren't worth anything...
I don't think anyone's actually brought that bar up to me ever. I thought that was fire, though. Like, that's one of the bars you think is going to hit, but doesn't. So I'm actually, I love that bar.
I have slept on in bold letters. Like, I just can't understand why. Again, we mentioned name flips, and here they are, but really good. Yep. I'm going to hit J and hit J and hit J. I'm a blunt hog.
Yep.
And one of the things that I love as well are your reference game, and you wouldn't throw hands like Chubbs from Happy Gilmore.
Hell yeah.
I think that's the best Adam Sandler film.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know kind of...
Shooter McGavin is one of my favorite villains of all time.
My God.
He's just the most evil. Like, how are you going to beat Shooter McGavin?
And his weird dreams of Shooter and his girlfriend cheating, like,
hell yeah.
And the final putt that goes through the collapsed tower. Oh man,
yep. Hell yeah, epic. I strive to be as fucking cutting as Shooter McGavin.
Yeah,
that's one of my role models. You
eat shit for breakfast?
Yeah, for real. It's fire. That's a good movie.
Great movie. You're on fucking fire in this round, and it's a delight to see you at work, really. And if this heat reach you, it'll leave your face with freak features. And if your queen sees you, she will leave you. So he will need to wear a mask when trying to get with his honey like a beekeeper.
Fire.
Like that's fire. Like, again, it just kind of gets like a grumble. Like, I'm just like, so many punches. Jay's not even rap type. I don't want to smoke you. And then you have a reference which I don't get. And if you care to explain, running out of Hartford quicker than Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle actually had a show in Hartford where it was in the news and shit. It probably didn't reach that far. You know what I mean?
I'm aware that he kind of like. Yeah, he just had like a bad showing.
Okay. And the crowd was not having it. You know what I mean? If you want to see Dave Chappelle, you want, you know what I mean, Dave Chappelle. And he was trying to do some other shit, so they kind of just like booed him out. So.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And he was saying fuck Hartford. He would never come back here and shit. So it fit the time. You know what I mean? It had just happened. So.
Jay, he can't resist telling you how much of a kid he is. He boasts on his age. He had the sneak in the back. It's 18 at the door. He talks that self-proclaimed white boy shit. He's on his Game of Thrones bars. I would consult either Most. Are you aware of Most Prob, Dego?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I've seen him.
So I should ask, by the way, out of curiosity, what is Don't Flop to you? Are you a fan?
Oh yeah, I've been watching Don't Flop for a while.
Who are your favorites, man?
Oh, definitely Soul. Soul's fire. Tony D.
Yeah. Shit.
There's a lot of dudes.
Any battles that you really like? You Don't Flop.
The new. I think Soul was defending the title match. Was that recently?
Oh shit.
He was on fire in that battle, and he's one of the dudes I've really followed from there. Unanimous. Yeah, a bunch of the dudes.
Yeah, no, good to hear, man. And I mean, it's a dream for me. But Don't Flop USA?
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, I mean, no offense, Don't Flop. I love you, Don't Flop. You put nobodies on that Don't Flop USA cards. You fill them out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, there are some good battles, but for every good battle, there's like
Yeah.
Fredo versus Mags or something like that, or Meg. I don't know these people, and it's bad. It's not.
I like Fredo. I've been a Fredo fan for a while. He's actually an OG.
Fredo.
Yep, hell yeah.
But I mean, just
Mags. I'm a little. I've seen a couple of his battles. I haven't seen too much of Mags though. I know who he is though.
Look, bro, I'm blowing smoke, but I mean, like, you know, seriously, be great to see you on one of these cards. But I appreciate that it's not as easy as, say, if there's a battle event, I don't know, at the other end of the country, it's just a train journey for me. But for you, that is, you know, you really have to travel, don't you?
Hell yeah, yep.
You know, and you know, I mean, we'll get to ODub, your next battle. We still have quite a few rounds of this one, but he travelled from Baltimore, right? Like, that's a fucking like, what the hell? That's such a long trip.
Yeah, and plus the traffic coming from that area, like, is fucking crazy. Like, coming back from around Baltimore one time took me like 12 hours because of traffic.
Jesus Christ. Yeah,
and that's like on a bad day, you know what I mean? But still, like, it's a far ride.
Shout out Tay-Rock.
Yeah, right.
But you talk about how Wirth will be scraped for every sense, like Nickelodeon Smell-O-Vision.
Word. Did you guys get Smell-O-Vision?
I'm aware of it. I didn't know it was a thing. Was it actually a thing, or was that kind of like a prank? Or
that was probably like mid to late 90s. I think it was like you got a card and it had different smells on it, and then when you watched Nickelodeon, it would have a scene and it would show you like the number, and you would scratch and sniff that card, and it would like correspond to like something that was going on in the show. So like,
no man, like a huge fan of Nickelodeon, late 90s Nickelodeon, and I'm trying to think. I've definitely heard "Hey Arnold" bar from you, Free Lockjaw. Also, Rocco's Modern Life. You did a bar about.
Yep, I got mad Nicktoon bars, yo. I'm like the cartoon king, yo.
Nicktoon
for real.
Bars.
That's like my shit. I love cartoons. Bar. Hell yeah. No, Cat Dog. I don't think I have.
Cat Dog. Okay, here's the ultimate. Have you ever dropped a Rocket Power bar?
No, I haven't.
Oh man,
I need to. There's a bunch of them. Like, you know what I mean, I try to like not do too many at
once. Why
not?
Like,
yeah, I got you. I could do a rock bar, but yeah, I try not to do too much of it. You know what I mean? Because then it becomes a thing. I just kind of like pepper them throughout my whole shit, so you never know when you can get one. But
the reason I bring it up really is because in this round you have the Rocco's Modern Life, as I say, and you have like a sort of winning charisma as you battle. Like, you seem to enjoy it. People like you. You have a confidence there. Like, you're so comfortable on that stage. At this point, you just feel like it's second nature.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's because like, you know, my roots is battling was casual. It was, you know, my first battle wasn't like on a stage in front of a crowd, so it's like it's always kind of been like casual for me, and I think that's definitely a strong suit to have in this shit, because a lot of people, like, they take it way too serious, and if you're just fucking on the stage like trying too hard and someone comes up and they just have good bars, they're probably gonna beat you. So it's like you kind of need to have a stage presence and shit, or else there's some matches you're never going to win with just material. So I think that's definitely important.
And, you know, something happens in Wirth's third that happens to everyone's opponents, happens to themselves as well. Have a little stumble, you know, sort of freestyle the way out. Like, how do you feel about I mean, again, we're going to get onto ODub, which is notorious for many reasons. But in relation to that, in terms of your opponent, you know, choking or slipping up in the round, how do you feel about that?
Just like get your shit together. You know what I mean?
Because you never seem to really do that. I mean, you've had a few, but not much.
I've had a few. For it. Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, but I've had a few, and like usually I can catch myself. I think there's only one battle. 4-1-3. I did a battle in 4-1-3, and I choked maybe halfway through my second round. And I just couldn't get it back and shit. I wasn't fully prepared, so I cut it right there. But I still won that battle 3-0, so I mean, it's whatever.
And this
shout out to Big Leg.
Yeah. And this third is fucking mad. You and your crew were trying to get more fly in the lab than Jesse and Walter.
Yes.
Shout out to Ryan Johnson as well, the director of that episode. Fucking unbelievable episode, their little Breaking Bad reference. You know, everyone comes with the Breaking Bad references, but I think that one is really good as well. And then like a setup of yours that is just great. Can't Get Under My Skin, I'm all nerve. Really like that.
Good looks. That's not like on some Deadpool shit.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, like, you just seem to love taking apart words and definitions and melding them. Like, you know, like, I mean, do you do any other different types of writing outside of battling? Do you write stories?
I've always been big on writing, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been working on like some comic book type writing for a while.
Oh, dope, man.
So yeah, sooner or later, you guys are gonna see some shit.
Holy shit. Yeah, that'll be great.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I've always been big on writing, any kind of writing. I mean, I think bars are just my strong suit, so that's what ended up like being my thing. But I try not to force shit. I hate when shit sounds forced, like especially setup bars. A lot of times you'll hear someone and they'll have good punches, but their setups are just like, if it's not something you would just say, don't say it.
Sharon, what good?
Weird. Yeah, like, oh man.
I love Sharon though, to be fair. But
yeah, he's fire, but yeah, certain things just like irk me. Especially people that don't use slang from where they're from, because like that's like the number one way for me to tell you're like kind of fake. If you're using slang that's from like somewhere else, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
it's like that's one thing that also irks me. But yeah, just try to stay fucking natural, like be yourself and shit.
Couldn't drop something sharp in the hood with a guillotine.
Shit like that.
Fantastic, man. Shit like that.
Looks.
Bangs, bangs, bangs.
Hell yeah.
But no, shout out Bangs. He's coming soon.
Hell yeah.
Next battle, man. Now it's time to clean up. Got a short sword called Divorce Court. It swings light with a clean cut. Split Wirth in half without signing the prenup.
That's kind of shit like I try to cater to my opponent's like writing style as well. Because like if there's things they do, I'll try to flip it, you know what I mean? And it's like the Mega Man thing. You got to take something from someone when you're fighting them. Like,
right.
Mega Man style.
I got 2 new dueling pistols that'll rip right through you. Nicknamed Lady and the Tramp. They will split that noodle.
That might be my most quoted bar ever.
Oh, really?
I think so, yeah. Because when I drop that shit, mad people hit me up with that. So yeah, that's one of the big ones, I think.
And as I said before we got into the battle, you end by saying, "I'm back, baby, let's go." Like, you must have felt great to have done 3 rounds cleanly,
Yes.
great exertion on your
with
part.
an opponent that showed up and had 3 rounds, like despite the stumble, you know what I mean? It's whatever. But like, he showed up to the place. I actually got to fucking battle for once. So that was fucking awesome. It's just like, I was so used to getting no-showed. I was almost like expecting it. And I was like, holy shit, this kid's here. This is fucking awesome.
And yeah, this is a battle that I can highly recommend people. If you're listening to this episode and you haven't watched Dego versus Wirth, check that shit out, man. Really good. But we'll push forward into the next battle against ODub.
Weigh one right when a vegetable, and chloroplast when it takes sunlight. You sleep on me, you better wake up twice. I'll leave a dream in a cast. Better Sega night. So.
Baltimore's very own. Weirdly, a guy who Prep was Prep's second battle.
Yeah, true.
Because obviously they're both from Baltimore. So yeah, they battled. Prep, who I'm trying to get on the show soon. I was watching some of his early battles, and that was I was kind of doing your notes at the same time, and I was like, oh shit, ODub. Okay, yeah, there's a weird link. You know,
yeah, he got a decent resume actually. He got a lot of views off a battle he did with I think it's Pit Fights, and in a Pit Fight battle they had a woman there, was a girl battle, and she had her daughter there, and the mother choked and the daughter hopped in and started rapping. So yeah, that's got to be like one of their most viewed battles.
Shit, okay.
I can't remember the names, but yeah, that was like a big one. And then he battled that little girl
in the battle.
Yep. No, this is a separate battle. They set
another battle.
He battled that little girl, and he got a ton of views off that shit. Because that was one of the reasons why I did it, because it was like almost a little viral. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So yeah, he had some hype over that.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm just looking now on his verse tracker. So his second battle, as I say, his second battle was against Prep as well. His third battle has 42,000 views. The rest of his battle have like 100 views, and that's against Mash. And the thumbnail is like a girl with braids and like a bandana.
Yes, it's a little girl.
Yeah, it's a little girl.
I was like, he really battled a little girl.
So yeah, okay. I can't. As soon as this episode ends, I'm gonna
see what they do for views. Nah, but shout out to ODub.
Shout out to Mash.
I think he was the Pit Fights champ for a little while too, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow, and Pit Fights is a Baltimore league.
Yep.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, so mostly just going through here, he's kind of, he's still battling actually. He battled in March against Nuff Said, so he did come back after your guys' battle. And
I heard that was dope too. I didn't see it, but I heard it was dope. I gotta check it.
Yeah, me too. And I need to check ODub versus Mash as well. For sure. Shout out to God Awful as well. Great host.
Hell yeah.
Seems like a really good guy.
He moved down to Florida, or else you'd be seeing more of him.
Oh no, that's a shame. But no, like he's it's great to kind of go across and find these people who the kind of the the macros are the organics and the ers, and then we have God Awful and Logic just killing it as well. Like, it's great.
He's a fire host, God Awful, and he's also a fire battler. He's got some battles too, and he's fire.
He does.
Yep, he's in Penalty Box. That's me and Logic and Dorico, True Words, K Kendall.
So you're in quite a few crews then, or kind of clips?
Yeah, I got a couple.
And what do you get from them? Like, do you kind of discuss bars or?
Yeah. I mean, Penalty Box is Logic, and he runs iBattle. So that's like, that's been my main man for a minute.
Right.
And then right now it's the Just Us League and ADHD, which is more like a promo group. There's like 30 of us. And ADHD TV, they do battle recaps and shit like that. Shout out to them. They're fucking fire. Yeah, definitely check out ADHD TV.
Yeah, definitely check them out. ODub starts by calling you a fat sloppy fucker. He goes for kind of the mob.
Very lyric.
Yeah, he goes for the mob aspect in his attack.
Yep.
Leave the bones sticking out like it's trying to be different. There's just not. There's not a lot of spark in this writing, really. Like, fair enough, he's driven a long way, and I respect that.
Yep.
Like you say, pit fights champion. He's battled a little girl after all, but
Yeah, I mean, like, where do you go from that?
Right? Yeah.
Step down to me.
All my punches connect. That's why I compare them to Legos. It's like that.
Yeah.
Punch, like a wrecking ball hitting a pregnant dog. No way you're surviving this bitch. I mean, like, as an image.
Yeah.
Kind of like
definitely paints a picture.
Yeah, right. Unfortunate dog.
Not one I'd hang in my living room, but
And like wrecking ball, pregnant. It's kind of a sort of.
See, it works because he's from Baltimore. They have like a little twang when they talk. I mean, so it like works when he says it. Like I don't think I could pull that one off. You
start immediately by saying kind of what everyone else is thinking.
Exactly. Yep.
You call him Bubble from the Trailer Park Boys.
Yep.
Which if you check out ODub, the similarity is quite striking there. I
was gonna try to make that into a bar, but I was just like, fuck it, let me just say it, because it is exactly what everyone was thinking. So some shit, simple shit works sometimes. Like, you don't got to make everything fucking wordplay. So.
It does. But so much of your first is wordplay, and it's fucking glorious for it. Crowd bummed out because they ain't never felt homes. Chloroplast wouldn't take sunlight. So good. Sleep on me, you better wake up twice. Leave your dream in a cast, better say goodnight.
Yep, that's the shit.
I mean, like,
that's another one of my big bars people quote a lot.
And like, for me, like, any Dreamcast bars always get a reaction.
Oh yeah,
like, shout out the Dreamcast. Like, that was ahead of its time, man. One of the most
underrated systems of all time.
Totally, man. Like, do you remember the sort of memory card that went in the controller and had its own screen? Like, that's crazy shit.
Yep.
Like,
hell yeah.
Shout out Sonic Adventure.
Oh hell yeah! Shout out Power Stone. Power Stone was.
Yeah, man.
Shit.
Yeah, Fur Fighters. Shamu was a good one as well.
Fire System.
Just whatever. Great system. Keep doing the Dreamcast bars, but
got you.
And Rocket Power. We ask a lot on this podcast, but
I got you.
Some sort of Dreamcast Rocket Power ski. Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Mix the two together. Yep.
Oh shit.
I got you.
You feel yourself, but you're dead and gone. You've got phantom limb syndrome. That's like. The reference game here is exceptional. I mean, like, to reference something like that is just very unusual. Like, are you that kind of, like, I mean, at the risk of kind of sounding ego-tripping here, are you that kind of, like, well-read? Are you kind of, you're really into your kind of different ideas of life?
I like to use different shit, like shit I haven't heard before, but I don't like to just, like some shit you got to make it relatable. So I feel like you can use whatever you want. You can make anything into a bar, but as long as it's relatable, don't just, like, say some shit for whatever. But yeah, like, if you can make it make sense, use it.
No, for sure. Formula so natural, I got breast milk jealous.
Yep.
Really nice.
Shit like that.
And then great closer to the first. Ain't no chink in this armor. I'm Tom Cruise from The Last Samurai.
Word.
Like, it's one of those ones that probably isn't the most acceptable bar, but the wordplay is perfect, isn't it? It's one of those ones that kind of and
writes itself.
Like, I've got to say, maybe unpopular opinion, shout out Last Samurai.
Oh hell yeah!
I quite like that movie.
Yep.
I think the kind of the scenes, especially when he's kind of recuperating in the village and becoming a samurai, and when the ninjas attack when they're doing that play,
hell yeah!
And it's that huge fight scene, and like I mean, like, in terms of its historical accuracy, it's horribly wrong, you know, but in terms of, like, just seeing samurais fight.
Yeah, it's a movie. If you can't enjoy fighting samurais, like, you know what I mean?
You heard
reevaluate yourself.
Yeah, you heard it from Dego, man. And, again, Dub is kind of... Every gun bar you spit makes you look like an amputee in a footlocker. It's like, what does that mean? And
yeah, I kind of see where he was going with it, but
yeah. And in your second, we're just going to kind of skip ahead a little bit of Dub here. And in your second, you just sort of go on kind of his slightly unusual appearance. If they DNA test your teeth, they say get the fuck out of here.
That was a last minute addition. It came out like you could tell the delivery was a little weird on that one, but yeah, I felt it fit.
Mm-hmm. No, it did. Didn't really notice that. You bring up Sloth from the Goonies, and Bangs is loud, man. Can you just kind of explain Bangs to the crowd? We've kind of discussed him on E-Farrell, but who is Bangs, and what does he mean in the context of being an audience member?
Bangs is the audience. Like you literally just got to watch him. Mm-hmm. There isn't really a way to explain him, but like he turns the shit up. Any event he's at is going to be a good event. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like, you guys could pay him just to show up, not even battle, and he'll make you have a good event.
He has some fucking insane reactions. I mean, someone compared him to a dying walrus at first, but, you know, he's very loud.
That's facts.
But he has great kind of additions, and, like, he's fun in this battle. He's the best in the Colie C battle, which we're going to get onto. He's just...
He can get reaction from not even being in the battle.
Yeah.
He gets reaction from the crowd.
And you don't find it distracting, because some of your opponents have...
I mean, I fuck with Bangs, so you know, as long as he's on my side, I fuck.
No, of course, man, of course. But
yeah.
I mean, like, you know, in the Colie C battle, for example, you can see it because Bangs is quite loud. He's not just kind of reacting to bars; he's kind of saying stuff out loud and interrupting to a certain extent. But he's also very respectful as well. And like, you know, I've got nothing but love for Bangs. I should say, I think he's great. But it's just, you know, just trying to get the opinions here. But Bangs kills it, and you talk about his forehead needing a nose job. Head's more retarded than Helen Keller's first blow job. And yeah, again, Bangs is saying, like, you know that bitch can't see. Like, you know, he's ad-libbing here.
His commentary's on point.
Yeah, commentary, exactly.
Anyone else, it would be annoying.
Gwitty? He's a similar one, isn't he?
Gwitty's fire too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, his style's a little different, but yeah, I can see where you got that from. But yeah, Gwitty's fire too.
But they're both kind of hype men, aren't they? Like, you know.
Yep. Hell yeah.
There isn't really I'm trying to think of like don't flop equivalents really. Like I don't know if you were of Soul Jitsu.
I've heard the name.
Kind of, yeah, he's kind of a lesser don't flop now in the sense that he's kind of had a few, like he battled Bullets at the last birthday event, but he's not kind of like, he's more of a cult figure really. He's not like a big star.
I think that's where I would probably heard him from.
There. Yeah. And he kind of was known for his ad-libs and stuff, and they were quite funny, but there wasn't really a kind of like someone going like, you know, what else? I guess that was kind of the only thing we sort of had.
I think it's important too, especially like Bangs is like a very good representation of New Haven. So like, to me, that just fits.
And Bangs is like a local to you then? You grew up in the same town, or?
Yeah, same town. And I actually seen... Bangs one of the first people I ever seen from Connecticut that was doing battles. And this is before I even started battling. I looked online to see like who in the area, like, you know what I mean? And yeah, he was spitting shit like way ahead of his time. So like the shit people started doing like now, he's been doing for a long time. Yeah, New Haven has like a real rich fucking like culture to this shit, but it just wasn't in the spotlight until after iBattle. And even like a lot of iBattle shit was Hartford based or like Waterbury for a little while. There hasn't been a whole lot of shit to go down in New Haven. So I feel like just now you're starting to get more of like, you know what I mean, what it's about.
And in terms of
just
like,
awesome.
Yeah, and in terms of like hotspots for battle rap, obviously excluding in North America the east and west coasts, and to a certain extent the south, like, you know, is Connecticut one of those big hotspots?
Oh yeah, we've been for a while, and I feel like now we're finally getting like people notice who the fuck we are, because like we got dudes like, you know what I mean, Jeff and Farrell, they're out there, they just fucking both rocked the bunker event, both had crazy battles.
Bangs had a fucking like, PG, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. You know?
So we're finally fucking getting out there. People actually know what the fuck Connecticut is now. It's not just like, you know what I mean, the place next to New York. So I feel like in the next, you know what I mean, couple of years, we're going to blow up.
No, man, I mean, you know, the quality is
it's already happening.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, you know, and talking of blowing up, ODub's third, man.
Word.
Like, this
the crowd got a 3-0 on that one, yo. The crowd was going in.
Like, the thing is, there's chokes, and then there's this. Like, he chokes the whole round. Like he chokes pretty much from the get-go. Someone says fatality. It's really awkward. Pacing back and forth. He can't remember.
I don't know who that was, but shout out to whoever that was. Fatality. That was 3-0 right there.
He can't remember his shit. People are saying freestyle. Somewhat, the host, I pretty much says 5 more seconds kind of thing, but he says no, and he seems to be choking for 2 minutes. Like, how are you all so patient?
I think I heard someone yell, "Finish him." There was a couple good ones, but yeah, it got a little awkward.
But I mean, maybe it's just the kind of goodness of the non-major leagues here, because I know certainly in Don't Flop or URL or King of Dart, you're done. Like, what the hell? Yep. You're done after 10 seconds. Like, you concede out of pride, but ODub kind of literally looks at the floor for 2 minutes. Like, it's kind of... It's mad. People need to check this out. Just as I feel like Minnesota Luke should popularize this moment or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Shout out to Luke, yo.
Because I get on it. In terms of world records, this is the longest choke ever captured on camera.
It might be.
Can you think of anything
they just
else?
Let him go.
Yeah.
Because it was at the beginning of the round, right? So he didn't even actually spit a bar yet. He couldn't remember his opening line.
Yeah.
So I think they were just like, you're not choking in the round. Your round hasn't started, so they kind of we're a little more forgiving.
The technicalities.
But that shit was it was long. It felt like an eternity. I can't imagine being in his head for that long. Holy shit.
The sheer sound of emptiness just resonating because
after the first 10 seconds you gotta be like, oh shit, am I choking? Has it been 5 minutes? And he actually, I think, got his whole round out after that, right?
Mm-hmm. No, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing that's so remarkable about it. It's not like he chokes and he just kind of turns to you and goes oh yeah, you go ahead, whatever, you win this round. He does his round and he gets a slight reaction. But I mean, how is anyone going to genuinely react to this round when he was choked for 2 minutes?
For real.
Anything you say, even if you had the fucking hottest shit, it's not going to react, is it? It's not going to hit. I don't know what he was thinking. He should have just conceded within 30 seconds of choking, not done the whole thing after 2 minutes.
Right.
I mean, ODub just...
You thought maybe they're going to edit it out or something?
He needs to, rematch that little girl to, get his rep back, man.
For real, that's his redemption.
Arsenal Shotty, that's kind of the thing. And you're third. Which, I mean, again, not only does it impact his round, it impacts your round, because not only did he choke for 2 minutes, but he did a shitty round after that. It's the momentum's drained from that room. Yeah,
everyone was just, ready to go home at that point.
Yeah. I mean, were there more battles?
Yeah, there's a couple more. Yeah. That was a good event. That was I want to say Gods of War, or Allegiance, maybe. Oh no, that was Allegiance 3.
It was Allegiance 3, yeah, and Mike.
That was
Mike P battled at that event as well.
Who was that?
Mike P.
Yep, Mike P versus Tape Deck, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Fire. Yep. There's a lot of good battles tonight.
Yeah, loads of ton battles there, and you can.
That was probably midway through the event.
Yeah, and you complained that why am I getting nobodies? And, is there any kind of where you're looking at people and you're like, why is he getting people and I'm not getting people? Or not in a jealous way, but just in a sort of way, you do deserve it. You have been giving so many good performances.
I mean, a lot of it is because, and this is no one's fault, but Logic would try to book matches and it was just hard to make them happen.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of people scared. Definitely a lot of people ducking.
Yeah.
And, either that or they would say some price that doesn't make sense, you know what I mean? And it was just hard to really get anyone to battle me.
Right.
A couple people, Jimmy Jazz, his last ever appearance or anything, he was supposed to battle me, no-showed, deleted his Facebook, and then just disappeared.
Shit.
So it's I can't even fucking find these people anymore. It's crazy.
And is that why you had to go out for beast mode for this Colie C battle?
I roll with a Mac like Charlie and Dennis. It's always sunny. Trust me, I'll end your buzz in a second. And if word is bond, I'll do a number on his name like 007.
Lex hit me up, and someone had wanted to threw the name at me before, Colie C, and I seen he was just starting to build up a resume, and he had you can tell when some people start off whether they've rapped before or they haven't rapped before.
Yeah.
And you can tell him also, he comes from a music background. So I like to battle people like that for some reason. I never really noticed that now. But people that actually rap, I'm more inclined to battle them. So someone hit me up. I was like, okay, I see what he's doing. And he pulls decent views, off the music. I thought he would build up a good resume, and he does actually. He's getting the spotlight on him right now. We just had a battle with Luke Nukem. So I like to make chess moves.
The GZs?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to make chess moves. If it makes sense, if it's going to get me somewhere, I've kind of learned to pick and choose out of who I'm offered nowadays. So, I mean, if it makes sense, I'll do it. And, yeah, that was one that definitely made sense.
Yeah, this is an absolutely incredible battle. This is definitely my favourite of your battles, I have to say. I think the writing in this is sensational. As I said at the beginning of the episode, this is the one that got me into you. That's a battle you can tell. I knew he would show up, so I had to write for him. I knew it wouldn't go to waste. I knew it. You know what I mean? It's like it feels good to rap against someone you know is going to show up and actually have 3 rounds completely done, not have the longest choke in the history of battle rap, and like actually fucking battle. So, yeah, shout out to Colie. No, seriously, you're right, actually. Yeah, he does bring it, like, for sure. And he is on the up, so why wouldn't he? He knows it's a big showing. And
he's different. He doesn't rap like everyone else raps.
Yeah, he does have a certain odd...
He got his own shit.
Cadence to it, doesn't he? Yeah, he has a kind of good attitude, a nice kind of... nice mode of address, a nice rhythm as well, as you were saying. And this is a fucking phenomenal battle. Beast Mode, this is Toronto? Is it?
Oh, that's New York.
No, so there's a division in New York then, or is it kind of a...
Yeah, there's 2. Toronto and New York.
Oh, okay, interesting, yeah.
Yep, they share the same Facebook page and shit, so like...
Right.
Yeah, you gotta like pick out who's from where.
Right, yeah. And we get the whole Beast Mode, like that is good. Yep. I love that, man. That is...
They have an awesome vibe there, yo. Like,
yeah. And are you going to return to that league?
September. I'm not saying who it's going to be a verse yet, but it'll get announced sooner or later.
Okay.
That's going to be a good one.
That's good.
But yeah, September. I can't remember who else on that card, but that card, I don't actually know if it's been announced yet, but that whole card's fire. It's going to be dope.
Dope, man. I'm really glad you got another battle book. That's great. But we'll jump into the Colie battle, and at the start, you're bigging up Penalty Box, ADHD, iBattle Worldwide. Lex Luthor versus Dego is bigged up by Lex, but you say not to watch it. What happened in that battle, man?
But that was just probably my shittiest battle.
Right.
And that's considered my only loss. Shout out to Lecture, that's the homie, yo. He hooked me up with that Colie C battle and shit. He's a good dude. And I just fucking shit the bed in that battle pretty much.
And Colie says that if you looked at both of you, he and you, you'd think it was one of the lightest matches, but we two firecrackers. Comes with a Wonderwall bar on that Oasis shit.
I am not a full cracker. A lot of people say that shit, but I'm actually mixed. Not a full cracker.
How so?
Graham cracker. Now, I got a little Middle Eastern in me, you know what I mean?
Oh, nice, yes.
So, I'm actually like a little more than half. But East Haven, where I'm actually from, it's part of New Haven, a little offset, is just Italian as fuck.
Right.
Like, besides Staten Island, like that's why I made a reference to, like, the Staten Island crowd and shit. Like, it's just Italian-American as fuck. And, like, Dego, that's where the name came from. So, Dego Diavolo, that's just how I got my shit, so it stuck. But, yeah.
And that's where the name comes from?
Yep.
Yeah. And talk about the girl jumping on the pole more than Mario at the finish.
Word.
And he insults your Q-Bert scheme, which I liked.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't think anyone, like, you know what I mean, would pick that out.
Yeah, and calls you Battle Rap Jack Black.
Yep.
Your Tenacious D, even 10 Asians deep, you wouldn't cook this cat. Which I quite liked, actually. Kind of a goofy breakdown. Yeah. But it's really funny. But, we get into the first. Really funny that you rhyme Colie C with Colie G.
I thought that was just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Everyone's really laughing. Nice Constantine bar. Like, you can go into this dramatic cadence that's really powerful, where you deliver a bar and there's authority behind that. Like, have you ever acted, or are you just kind of like that?
I just like to, like, actually rap. So, like, you know what I mean? There's times you got to break shit down and just have, like, a cadence and shit, because battle rap and music is very different. But that's just my background, so I feel like it's more natural for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. Is there any of your music?
I just spit.
Is there any of your music online, we should say?
For a long time, I was just a producer. And I stopped a while back, but I was real heavy into that for a while. And I'm actually working on some shit. I should have some music out sooner or later.
Oh, dope, man. That'll be really good. And
I'm the kind of person that I just sit on shit for a while. Like, you know what I mean? Especially for beats, you know what I mean? It takes me a while to put some shit together.
No, I'm excited, man. And for the comic book stuff, man. Like,
hell yeah, definitely.
Let us know when it comes out, please. Yep. Your top 5, just a list of who I would murder. So go ahead, rank them, and I'll fuck that order up like Welcome to Good Burger. On that Keelan and Kel shit, man.
Hell yeah.
One of the best shows of the 90s there. Like,
of course.
the storylines in that show were so funny. Like, the situations they got into were brilliant. Like, you know, really just like, and I loved his dad as well. I think it was.
Oh, hell yeah!
Yeah, he was like such a good, like, sort of, you know, scary kind of bold guy.
Oh, yeah, he was a boss. Yo, Keenan and Kel will fuck NWX up. No lie, yo.
Well, you talk about giving smack rappers goosebumps. They call me URL Stein.
Word.
Like, a bar like that, I fucking love that bar. That's just so creative. That's so inventive. Like, where is that coming from? Like, how are you coming up with such original material so deep in your career?
I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like it comes to me. Like, I'm all about the natural shit. You know what I mean? I don't force anything. I try not to, like, you know what I mean? In my writing, in my content, I just, you know what I mean?
Just
let it write itself.
But it feels good, doesn't it, when you sort of, when a bar clicks in your head, when, URL, RL Stein. Like, it's one of those.
Because there's some shit you really got to work on. Like, I'll sit on a scheme for a while and just, like, tweak it, and sometimes it never really sounds right and I won't use it. And other shit like that just came out of my head perfect, and I didn't have to do anything with it. It just came out how it sounded, worked, fire, just move on to the next one. So it's like some shit you can tell, like, what you should say and what you shouldn't say.
And that gets a fantastic reaction, as does a roll with a Mac like Charlie and Dennis.
Shout
out Sonny.
Hell yeah.
If word is Bond, I'll do a number on his name, like 007.
Yes.
Like, this shit is
in my group, Just Us, we got this thing going on where we'll give each other references and shit sometimes. And if you can make it into a bar and pull it off, you get like a point. And it's just like an inner click type of little thing we do, a little exercise, a little competitive game and shit. And Monster Leakness gave me James Bond, and that's why I came up with that one.
Oh, that's such a good bar. Like,
good looks.
I really I have to say, man, like, that is an amazing bar. Like, you know, I love that bar. Like, I just think it's so, like, I'm almost jealous. Like, part of me wishes that I could spit it on Don't Flop, like, as a try out event, because I know it would go down like huge. No, man, never. Oh man, no, of course not. We are against plagiarism here, and there's so much good stuff here. Though, get a pack of haters as soon as they roam in Colie C, like.
Word.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, Roman, Colosseum, die like gladiators, Spartan shit.
I don't often do wordplay like that, so like when I do it, I try to make it make sense.
It's very PG-esque, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's definitely like they've kind of taken that and made it PG-esque. But you know what I mean? As long as it makes sense, I hate overreaches. You know what I mean? If you have to reach a little bit, it's not always bad. I think some reaches are actually fucking fire, but have it make sense at least.
I just think, you know, you're saying about the James Bond thing earlier, the little thing you have in the click. I think that if you kind of said to say we just got like some of the best writers, you know, around, and got them in a room together, you know, Chiller, QP, anyone, just people you really like, you know, famous battle rappers, and you said, okay, write me just a bar about the Labyrinth and the Minotaur. Like, you know, non-specific bar about the Labyrinth and the Minotaur. What will you come up with? I don't think anyone would come up with anything better than what you came up with.
Good looks.
Like, seriously,
good looks,
man. Like, you know,
yeah, for real. That's a real compliment, yo. Good looks.
No, I'm serious. Like, you know, the delivery is absolutely fantastic. The whole kind of, it plays into the Colosseum, Spartan shit, Walk with More Dogs Than Lazarus, shit, you know.
And we were, that was the first event, like, after we had formed that group, and almost every single member was battling that night there. So it was just like kind of a really good fucking kickoff. Yeah.
It was fucking. But the bar that I'm drawing attention to is no bullshit. You'll be in a maze when your Minotaur straight out the gate like the Labyrinth. Like, just really, nothing's forced there. Even though the nature of the wordplay is that it has to be forced in a certain sense, like, it just works so well, and it just kind of like. It's just immaculate, man. That's what I love about your writing, really. There's no, the seams aren't showing, you know what I mean? Like, some people are like their writing because it's florid and long form and kind of over the top. But with you, there's that precision. Yeah.
I got ADHD like a motherfucker, so, like, if shit's too drawn out, it ruins it. Sometimes you just gotta, like, stick to the point.
And I love... I mean, again, I'm going to keep saying this podcast, I love your reference game. I love the fact that you do a Watchman bar. Comedians comedian. I watch men die on a Dr. Manhattan shit. I just, oh my god, like,
looks.
I mean, I don't know if you follow comics that much, but Watchmen are actually back in the DC universe.
Yes, I just seen that. Man. I think they like integrated it in, right?
Yeah, the idea is that Dr. Manhattan created the New 52. And kind of like, all the kind of Alan Moore comics. Obviously, he's despises the idea that they're doing anything more with it. But
I'm big on Alan Moore.
Oh my god, Alan Moore! Like,
I'd say he's more, you know what I mean, more of a influence to my writing than any battle rapper. Or
really?
Rapper. Yeah, definitely. Like I take a lot of things from shit that's not rap.
Have you read From Hell?
From Hell, I'm familiar with it. I have not read it.
But what do you like of Alan Moore?
Oh, Watchmen, definitely. Swamp Thing.
Oh my god, his Swamp Thing run was insane.
Hell yeah.
Holy shit. And the idea that, like, it's not the actual person reborn as a swamp, it's a swamp thinking it's a person. Like, that twist of character.
He's fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's why I tell people I'm not a battle rap writer. I'm a fucking, like, science fiction writer that battle raps.
This is why more people need to check these battles out, man. It's fucking dope. Because, like, for every bar we've gone over, there's, like, so many, like... I remember when once you called someone in a battle, I can't remember what it is now, you said, like, you looked like a homies figure. You know, those, like, little...
Oh, yeah. I can't remember who that was verse.
But, like, that was such a good part. Like, I was going through a binge of your battles and I just had it on the bed in the background. And, like, you said that battle and I was like, oh, yeah, homies. I remember them from when I was a kid. Like, you know, it's just...
Oh, yeah, you gotta remember that shit.
Yeah. Even over here, like, I know it's more of an American thing, but...
Yeah. That's dope.
I
wouldn't have thought that would have got that far.
Yeah, I think I recall seeing them somewhere. Like, you know, I've just got some sort of memory of them.
Little machines and shit.
Yeah. Some comic book shop or something.
Yep.
You Don't Want to See Me Bad pops in the building like BZ Dad. What? I didn't get that reference.
Word. My block BZ. He raps in beast mode and
he battled E Farrell, right?
Yep, he battled E Farrell. Him and City Towers had a fucking one of my favorite iBattle battles. City Towers versus My Block BZ. That shit was fire. It was for $2,000. They were both on fucking like just God mode. Like that shit was crazy.
City Towers.
Check that out.
Dope.
That's a good iBattle drop right there.
Like the fact that iBattle's got City Towers is such good looks, man.
Oh hell yeah.
Jesus.
City's fire.
Like his battle against T-Top, his PG.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking fire, man. Really.
Him in Daylight.
Oh yeah, where he like chokes out that guy though.
Oh yeah, that was like a whole fucking ordeal, but like the battle itself and shit.
Yeah, the battle itself was good, but Daylight just starts choking out this innocent guy for no reason. It's just like I'm laughing, but it's horrifying.
There was like I think there was some like history or something, and like it wasn't what people thought it was. So it was just like a giant
choking out a guy though, like it's on camera, like you know. But thinking I'll lose to you, the super cool football music dude, and you do kind of peg him as that really well. It makes him look like a bit of a fool, like you know, you make him look like a mindless jock. Yeah.
Yeah. He a lot of his shit is like sports, you know what I mean, like anthem type music.
Right.
And they get decent views, like you know what I mean. People like that shit.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean exactly? I don't quite know what you mean.
Like he has a couple songs on YouTube that are like some of his bigger songs, and I think they're like Giants anthems. Oh,
so actually about the Giants, actually about the football team.
Yeah, just like hype type songs.
Wow, okay. It's just kind of like in the context of, say, over here, like I'm a big football, you know, soccer fan to you guys, but like that would never happen. I
think it's because like football is a little different as far as like culture wise. Like football, like you think about like, tailgates, parties.
Right.
It's like really good party music.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of, you know what I mean?
And he's just sort of talking about the team and bigging up the players, or?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. We'll have to Colie C, man. I have to check you out, man of many talents, and end with a quick scheme. The kid don't try guarding him, to branch out the L out to come leave my roots and bark at him.
Word.
You bark, you know, which is really, really good. And round concludes, and it's a fucking, you know, people are like, wow, you know, you can tell everyone's rocking with this battle heavy. Like, you know, the performance level is out of the world, and you know, Colie comes good in this in the second, calls you a 2-minute Mountain Dew commercial. You know, he has a scheme that mixes red and meth, but it's kind of badly done in comparison to some of your schemes, especially the Labyrinth stuff. It's just kind of, you know, says that you look like the type to wear Vans. Is that an insult? I don't mind Vans.
I don't know. I'm not the type to wear Vans.
Mm-hmm. No, you are the type. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's what it's saying.
I'm not the type to wear Vans, so it's kind of an insult, but like a weird insult, because I think like you can kind of it's probably different here than it is there. But like if you think of Vans here, I'd usually think of like a little kid.
Right. Okay.
Usually. Okay. So it's kind of like a backhanded type thing.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, again, like that, those kind of subtle cultural differences, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I just want to, quickly give a quick shout out to CJ City, who was a battle rap vlogger, who big influence on me when I was coming up. Really enjoys his videos, but now he just seems to do videos about sneakers because, you know, like one of the things in America that I'll never understand. Not that I don't think it's cool, but it's weird because again, there's no comparison domestically. The sneaker craze. You guys fucking love sneakers, right?
Yep. I mean, like, I like cool sneakers. You know what I mean? Who doesn't like cool sneakers? But I'm not crazy about it. Some people like sneaker heads and they fucking collect them. And like, there's even like people now that are like restoring old Jordans and shit.
Oh my god,
it's big. It's real big.
Damn. Yeah,
people fucking waiting in lines and shit. Like,
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I guess they would look at us and be like, "What? You insult each other for 2 minutes at a time, and what you do because there's a pun." Right. But it's like you don't understand. A pun can make a room of 10,000 people go crazy. Like, you know, it's the power.
You either get battle rap or you don't, and that's why we get people from like all walks of life. You never know who's going to be a battle fan. They just have to see a battle.
Yeah, that's
like.
Look at this.
I know people that don't like rap that like battles.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
It's its own thing. It really is its own thing. It's so unique. There's nothing in the world like battle rap.
No, and even within its own thing, there are some people you just don't like, or some styles of battle rap, or leagues. You know, King of the Dot fans who'll never watch Don't Flop. They just don't like the accent, or URL fans who hate whatever. You know what I mean? It's just
definitely.
And I just want to shout out a quick video on my channel as well, where I basically just go around the world in battle rap leagues, and I show that there's like 40 different leagues around. You know what I mean? Like in Pakistan, Nepal, Iran, you know, wherever, like Italy,
the Philippines. Flip Top, I think, is the biggest league in the world, right?
It is, yeah. It currently has the most viewed battles. Like they average 1 million views a battle. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, you'd never think that. You know what I mean?
And they're in giant like school halls as well, almost hangars. Like, there's so many people there. Like, I think Shotty Arsenal is still the number 1 English battle, but yeah, in terms of actual kind of number 1 battle, they are top.
Yeah.
I think it's a 2-on-2 actually with.
Oh really?
What's his name? Is it Looney or something like that? One of the.
Yeah. Guys. I think it is Looney.
Yeah. Apologies to him and Philippines. I just don't really watch it, to be honest. It needs to be subtitled more, and I might check it out.
Yeah, because I think he battled someone in English. That's why I know who he is.
Yes, and I think some people have came across, haven't they? Done that. The World Domination, I think. Was where
I think he actually rapped in like 3 or 4 different languages. If I'm remembering the right person.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was English. It was a couple languages, which is crazy. You know what I mean? Especially like to rap in a language that's not your natural speaking.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, man. Like Disaster seems to be able to rap in Lebanese. Like, you know, it's just fucking the talent, like to be able to pull that off, the brain power is really, really impressive. And he mentions, just to close out Colie's second, he mentions bandanas, and then you pull one out straight away. I mean, that's convenient, right?
That's weird too. Is like when I battled ODub, I had the bandana on, and after that battle, everyone was just like, "Yo, it's the bandana!" Like the bandana killed him. So like it kind of became its own character. Actually, I should make a Facebook for the bandana. He's his own man. Like, and then fucking I randomly had it in that battle, and I wore it versus Al 40 Cal too, and it was just a fucking bandana, but people, I guess, pointed out. So. That battle, the Greedy Grimes battle, you know what I mean? Both battles.
Yeah, and he does a nice flip because he's clearly a bit surprised that you brought one out. But you pop it on, and the bandana seems to kind of, Super Saiyan, for lack of a better word, really. And it's this round, which is my favourite round of yours, and it's fucking incredible. You kind of begin with a Mountain Dew reference as he did. Which is interesting. That was
off the top. I just threw it in there because it kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's nice. I'm about to go.
It's a little hype, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm about to go Monster Truck, Call of Duty, Mountain Dew, Extreme Cheese, Nacho, Dorito,
just like
5 Energy.
Together, all that shit.
Yeah.
That's not my, you know what I mean? I don't think that's my stereotype, but I guess that's like kind of what he was trying to hit me with. So I was like, fuck it. I hit him with all of it.
It's crazy, and then going into the old school references as well, which is the verse is littered with through more hands than Rayman did on PlayStation. Are you aware of a guy called Kruger?
Yes.
Kruger, who obviously co-founder of Don't Flop, was on the show recently. I want to urge people, as I did on that episode, to check out his search Kruger Rayman, and basically he raps over the beats of the PlayStation 1 game about Rayman, and it's just dope, man. It's really good. Like, check it out.
Rayman's that shit.
Yeah, it's really good. Call him a random fruit on every level, and I'm Crash Bandicoot.
Yes.
Getting on your Wampa. Shit, shout out Cortex.
Yes.
But this is the moment when Bangs awakens. You hear like, oh my god!
I think he had just got there.
Oh shit.
And like, yeah, it took us a little while to get there. Like from New Haven to that was Staten Island.
Right.
Took it in like plus traffic and shit. It took us like a couple hours. So he had gotten there later than us. I'd already been there. And I think that's like the first thing that happened when he walked in the room was I was battling. So I think that's, you know what I mean? He just kind of ran up.
Yeah, I love his reaction in this one, and yeah, that Crash Bandicoot bar is fucking sick. And
that motherfucker came out of nowhere, yo. I was like, what the fuck? He does that though. Like, it's crazy.
The Connect bin stable plug got twice the Game Boy. That's a link cable.
Word.
That's another immaculate bar, and you know, we can battle in 20,000 leagues, and I still wouldn't be ranked under C.
Word.
That's delicious as well. Like, you know what I mean? It's like the double entendres are just fantastic there. On your Jules Verne shit, like, you auto sync, don't believe me, check the buoyancy. Just so much good writing here. And then the pinnacle is probably the Jumanji bar. Because it's kind of like, it's a weird synthesis, which you rarely ever see in battle rap, where it's a mixture of the bar being really hard, and then you pause, and then there's another bar, which is kind of typical. But the way bangs kind of make sounds around you, like, it's kind of hard to put like, it's not just a guy hyping a guy anymore. It's kind of like you're both like pushing each other, and it's getting more exciting, and
he knows exactly when to do it.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Anyone else would fuck it up, be annoying, or just like interrupt you. Like, he knows the perfect fucking time to, you know what I mean?
He has an uncanny ability to do that completely. So yeah, you get up in my face, then I'm probably going to catch a homie, and they're going to lock me in a box for 26 years, like Robin in Jumanji. So then we kind of pause, and then you just say, once they get bored, hop out the game with a whole other body, which is just
that's actually was like an extra bar. It didn't fit in. Like when I had wrote it ended right there, and then like I just kind of randomly later on thought of that bar, and it doesn't fit in the actual writing.
Yeah.
I mean, so I just kind of had to throw it in, which I think
makes
like
it better.
Yeah, I think it kind of does make it better because there's like more of a build up than you'd get on just like a normal 4-bar punch.
It's just an overload of bars, really. This round, absolutely ridiculous. I get to pill in your melancholy and really give something to be sad about. Coming with the hygiene, Steve Urkel, which again, as a Brit boy, I appreciated kind of culturally, but I haven't really seen the show, you know. And closing out with the free lockjaw, break a shell out the tank like Hey Arnold with the sea turtle. Like, love those fucking Hey Arnold bars, man. I think Hey Arnold is like GOAT 90s cartoon. Like,
it really is.
In terms of the storytelling, like, I don't know if you remember the episode where his like favorite baseball player like retires, and like they play like one final game. And
I remember that.
They throw the ball, and then it pans out, and the granddad's waiting outside in the car, and the sun's going down, and it's just like a really like, I remember watching it as a kid and being like moved by it, like you know what I mean, and not really knowing what it was, but just being like, oh, this is quite sad and poignant, like, you know, and I like it. And I think Hey Arnold did that. It kind of had that streetwise, like, was it in New York? It was set in like a city, wasn't it?
I don't think it ever says, but it's definitely New York, because New York schools have like the PS 118 type shit. So like, I think it's just like a real fucking good like representation of like American culture. Because like, especially like because he has a household full of fucking, you know what I mean, people of different nationalities, and and like America is just such like a melting pot. So that shit just fucking works. Hey Arnold's fire.
Hey Arnold is fire.
If you don't enjoy a Hey Arnold bar, like, come on.
Shout out Helga.
Hell yeah.
You know, I'm trying to think of other more obscure references there, but yeah, this second round is just absolutely dynamite. And you know, Colie calls you an Ovaltine.
That was good. I like that shit.
Yeah. Life gave you lemons. You made the little Kim face. And then you close out the third. Take care of this bum for free like a soup kitchen. This is a fantastic battle. You must have felt great after this battle.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean,
plus it was a debut in beast mode, so you know what I mean, I was definitely glad I got to show up.
You really did, man. And like, you know, this is a fantastic demonstration of your talent, really, in a great sense that you're just building and building.
Yeah.
And getting better.
Because I'm finally able to like get consecutive battles, so I can like, you know what I mean, actually get better. Yeah. Before they were just like a battle here, a battle there, so like I never had a chance to really like to really go in until now. So
and the hunger is there. You still want to keep battling. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's great, man. That's great. And then we'll just close up quickly with your final battle against Greedy Grimes.
The bone collector. I got more hard lines than a phone connector. Quit joking, Brody. You know oh my God. Quit joking, Brody. You know I'm better. I caught a buzz off fire like a smoke detector.
This is really, really recently. Came out like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, something like that. You know, I mean, Greedy Grimes, I don't really know much about this guy. Quite the character. He does a long intro and seems to have a lot of beef with City Towers in the front.
That was both their debut. They battled each other for their debut.
Right.
That was a while ago, so it was just like a little that shit just kind of like spiraled into some other shit. But Greedy Grime's that dude. He's in MU with Jeff and Eric.
Oh right.
Yep.
Shit.
They're the trifecta.
Manchester United.
Yep.
Oh shit, that's very cool, man. So yeah,
Greedy's one of my personal favorites in iBattle.
Yeah. He's
dude got a lot of charisma and shit. He's a good dude.
He's unique.
Hell yeah.
He's very unique. Yeah. So it's a 1-rounder. Why is it a 1-rounder? This is unique for you.
It wasn't even on the flyer. It was added like 3 weeks prior to the event. He hit me up. You know what I mean? It was a fucking crazy card. He wanted to get on the card. I wanted to get on the card. We had talked about battling for like 4 years, maybe.
Wow.
So, it just kind of made sense at the time. I wish it had been like a 3-rounder, but I feel like 1-rounders too, especially like that, it kind of leaves it open for, you know what I mean, maybe a rematch or something in the future, full 3 rounds. But I had never done a 1-rounder, and I always said I would never do one because I felt like they were just like a little, you know what I mean? Most of the time they're a little lackluster.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's something you should have, you know what I mean? Everyone, you got to do 1-rounder. So I figured, you know what I mean? I had never done one before, so fuck it, might as well do it. And it's a lot of
different kind of prep.
Definitely, because you only need one opener and one closer, and then you could just fucking rap.
Yeah.
So I feel like that, to my style of writing, that definitely like was easier for me because you don't really need to break shit up as much. Like the whole middle, you can just fucking go in and then kind of like decompress at the end. You know what I mean? So I enjoyed it. It was good. I don't know if I would do another one unless it was, you know what I mean, another short notice. But it was definitely good to do. I think, you know what I mean. It's something different to do with your pen.
Yeah, completely. And this is a fantastic showing, and it's great to see that you're still just performing at an incredibly high level, slugging your back like botflies nesting. My guy, here to offer you some time. You bake beans, mac and cheese, collard greens. I'm calling him aside.
Word.
Like just kind of almost daylight style there.
Yeah.
Really, really like that.
I do a lot of subtle shit, like sarcastic shit. I'm definitely like sarcastic. I feel like if people don't get my shit, it's because they don't get on the level of sarcasm yet, and they kind of like warm up to it after a while. Like I'm fucking sarcastic as fuck.
Sodom and Gomorrah, look back on your bitches and all I see is salt.
Word.
Fucking love that shit, man. Really, really good. Like probably the only other like really good Sodom and Gomorrah is from Big Cannon Raptor. I don't know if you've seen that battle on Don't Flop, where he's like, I will burn this faggot city down. That's Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's fire too.
Yeah. Big Cannon, by the way.
Yeah,
amazing.
Big Cannon's been fire for a minute.
Holy shit!
He just had a battle, him and the Dead Man.
Yeah, I heard.
Shit was fire.
You seen it?
Yep.
Oh, I need to check that out. Yeah, I heard the event was great. Disaster versus DNA, which you just mentioned quickly, was the sort of mystery event sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like King of the Dot, you need to start learning that rematches aren't a thing, like, you know what I mean? It would have been good if they really like it was like, I don't know, Reaper Rel or something, you know what I mean? Not him, you know what I mean? Like someone you were like, who? Like, okay, you know, rather than just DNA.
It was a little weird. Like it's kind of obvious now that like you step, because like as a fan too, your expectations are always going to be high. You want to see some crazy shit, but I wasn't expecting it at first, but now that I step back, it kind of makes sense. Yeah, because they also described it as like kind of more of like a casual battle. Right. Just something fun, you know what I mean, last minute. So it's like not something they overhyped for weeks, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it was good. It was good in that aspect of it. But I know what you're saying about like, you know what I mean? If you want a rematch, it's got to be like big and like epic. But like, I thought it was good.
Yeah. I have to check it out. I'm looking forward to it. I saw the arranged marriage line that Diz had. That's a pretty fire line. You know, really cool. Talk about going in. Oh, you have the Yoshimitsu bar as well, which is kind of like, I mean, that element of a bar has been used before. Not necessarily that you were kind of evoking that, but kind of using the cheat code as bars.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you're downright square, like a Hadouken or whatever, like that, you know, or something like that, you know, that kind of stuff. But really satisfying bar. Go in on Greedy Grimes' lack of imagination. Nowadays, you lazy. Half page is full of filler and the shit force. I'll be snapping at the top of the page like clipboards.
Hell yeah.
That's fire, man. That's like B-Magic shit. Like, that's just,
Yeah, it was so obvious. Like, if you just look at a clipboard, that's like the first thing you're going to think of. But I was just like, how has no one done this yet?
Yeah. I love that shit.
Those are my favorite kind of bars.
Yeah, me too. Like, Tony D is another one who writes that sort of stuff. Like, writes that really kind of fluid, concise stuff.
Why didn't I think of that bar?
Exactly.
Yep.
Caught a buzz off fire like a smoke detector.
Yep.
Later beat down old school John Bonham. And then you go talking into that soup shit. You square and chicken like a bullion cube.
Word, yeah.
Love that.
You cock block.
Yeah. Get a huge reaction.
Word.
The cock blocking.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well.
Like
that's
I
just
never know what they're gonna react to.
That gets the
so weird.
Talk that soup shit, man. Is screamed out. But no, seriously, bullying cube cock blocking. That is delicious. And then goes into a really good secondary rhyme. Webheads talk, but this pump can go off. I'm hobgoblin.
Word.
Who, in my eyes, was always a superior goblin.
Yeah, he was
a bit scarier, a bit more interesting.
Yeah,
you know, I don't know if they
definitely
fought each
scarier.
other. Yeah. It's kind of like a jack-o'-lantern, wasn't he? Like really kind of. I mean, maybe
he really like walked the goblin walk. Like three goblins fire too, but yeah, he's the better goblin.
Was he an Osborne? Who was actually Hobgoblin? He was just.
I think there was two actually.
Right.
One was an Osborne and one wasn't.
Okay, interesting.
I can't remember if they're both like canon, but I think it might have been just a separate story or something like that.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, he's up there in the pantheon of scary spider. I guess Carnage is probably the number one, really.
Yep.
He's probably the most kind of creepy villain out there for Spidey, but that's enough Peter chat. And then, just some good bars to wrap it up as well. Like you said, this isn't kind of really a structure. It's kind of like a free-form exhibition-style round. Really well put together. The round's fantastic. Kid been born in the bag of a marsupial.
That one got a lot of love.
Love that. Raising for the eye like gingerbread men.
Yep.
Great. And there we are. That's your most recent battle, incredible battle.
Yep.
Like, so is September the next battle for you, Dago, or?
Yeah, so far right now, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you're looking to hopefully get that, sort of bunker stuff sorted out as well.
Yeah, a bunker or at least a ground zero. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They've been throwing my name a lot, like around on the talkback chat and shit. So I think it's only a matter of time before, my name gets to the right people. And if they haven't seen my shit already, I know like Gully was saying some shit the other day. He said I was going to get a shot. It's just a matter of time.
Oh,
and like,
shit.
I'm sure they just wanted to get the right matchup and shit. You know what I mean? So it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, of course, man. And
I would fucking love to rock the bunker though. Bunker is fire.
What a fucking cool idea. Like,
right?
Shout out to
genius.
Avocado and J Pro.
Yeah.
Like, it is absolutely genius. The fact they got the tailored venue, they're just doing crazy shit there. Like, it's so
And every battle there is fire.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's been going off.
It's a dream to go there, man. Literally, as a battle rap fan, it's almost like a pilgrimage now. I'd love to go.
Yeah, even if not for a battle, I've definitely got to hit it up.
Yeah, man. They do other stuff there as well, don't they? They do kind of a few things there, and it'll only grow. You know what I mean? It's still it's not been around for like a couple of months yet. They've had like their inaugural event like very recently, like Thesaurus Daylight was there and stuff like that. But no, shout out to the bunker, shout out to Avocado, and that's awesome to hear, man. And people need to really check out your battles. But we'll wrap up with, as we always do, with a few quickfire questions. First of all, Dago, I mean, seeing as you're iBattle affiliated, your favourite Don't Flop battle, do you have one? Or one you really like?
Oh, let me think.
Or just one off the top of your head, whatever,
Oh, fuck. I'm actually an Ogmios fan.
Oh, yeah.
And was it him and Real Deal? Was that Don't Flop, I think?
Yeah. That was
that was fire.
Final set the standard, yeah.
Yep.
Crazy battle. Yeah, Ogmios came with an amazing wire bar in that Presbeluski bar.
That was just a good matchup. Like,
Smart.
It worked. Yeah, hell yeah.
Smart matchup, yeah. And Real Deal's like, I dig the style clash, and I thought London's calling.
Yep.
Really good stuff. Yeah, that's a good choice, man. That's a really good battle.
Word, yeah.
Yeah. And King of the Dot, favorite King of the Dot battle?
Shit, there's a lot of good ones. Oh, fuck. Shit. A lot of the title matches. I'm a big Bender fan.
Yep. Of course, man. Of course. He's insane. URL?
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna go old school and do a hollow. Say, I think honestly, hollow and Big T.
Yeah. Some incredible flips.
That's definitely one I watched back a bunch of times.
Yeah. And then I should say, before we get onto the non-battle questions, give us some iBattle battles, man. Like, what should listeners be checking out?
So everyone knows like the Thesaurus and Nestle.
Yeah, let's talk homegrown talent.
E. Farrell, of course, everyone knows. Jeffrey,
yeah.
City Towers, There's a lot of newer dudes, like I was saying, T Sawyer before. He's fire for a newer dude. Transman Dane. Fuck.
That's enough, man. That's
hard. It's hard.
That's a ton of great people to check out. Like, you know,
it's hard to find something that you don't like on iBattle.
Yeah, no, it's a sick league, honestly. It's
really, and a lot of it's like we're all from the same state, but everyone has a different style. So it's like anything you like in you know what I mean, battle rap subculture, you'll find something on iBattle. Everyone's fire.
I watched a battle recently that I didn't realize was actually on iBattle, and I was pleasantly surprised. Snow versus Dirt.
Yeah, yep.
That was
I think they had an event upstate. And it was like Takeover ended, and there was like a couple matches that didn't go down, so they did like Takeover 3.2 or whatever. So it was like a little, just like an extra card after Takeover. Snow and Dirt was fire.
It's like I think like most Snow fans, you know, we watched Ty Law battle, and we thought it was fucking incredible. So much firing going on. Then the Fire Marshal Law, his whole in-law outlaw scheme is, oh my god, that shit is fucking ridiculous. Ty Law's great as well. He says like Norbs, Chico, and Beasley, we smack white boys.
Hell yeah.
Ty Law's fire, man. Such a good battle. And then his UFF stuff as well, Snow, you're like, wow, this guy's really good. And then kind of, I don't know, he was on Dope Flop USA actually, battled Impact, that was disappointing. And he doesn't really seem to put much effort in, but this battle, which came out 6 months ago against Dirt, is really good from both of them.
Hell yeah, they were both on fire.
He's saying punch through Dirt more than Uma Thurman. Like, fucking dope shit. Really dope shit, man. And so, final two questions. The first question being your favourite or a band or artist that you really like, I should say, that are non-hip hop related.
Black Dahlia Murder.
Okay.
I'm a metal fan. Hell yeah.
Nice, man. Yeah, I haven't already checked them out. I should check them out.
Yeah, it's like, you know, American metal.
Right. And finally, Dego, your favourite film?
Shit. Oh, man.
I imagine you have a lot.
Yeah. Favorite film? That's a hard-ass one to pick. Yo, Happy Gilmore, we were talking about. Happy Gilmore's up there. Especially when I was younger, I watched that shit nonstop when I was younger.
What?
That's classic.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Man. And I think with that we'll wrap it up. So
Word.
Thank you so much. I mean, how can people get at you? Are you on Twitter or Facebook or?
I got a Twitter. It's like a fucking graveyard. I never use it.
Right.
But you know, Facebook, Dego Diavolo. I mean, you'll find me. And like, especially all these leagues. If you want to book me, you know where to find me.
And I need to infuse everyone to check out all of this guy's battles, especially the ones we got into now, and some of the ones as well. Unk to Great.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was a good showing. I think you showed that guy pretty good as well. Lev Corso is the guy you do the no, he's not the guy you do the homies bar against. I thought it was. I'm just trying to go through the thumbnail as well.
Lev is dope. That battle, the footage got fucked up, so it's online. It's like spliced with cell phone footage. But yeah, it's a good battle still.
Yeah, and you battled Sakurai.
Yep.
As well, which is a really, really good battle.
That's when I started getting battles booked and actually happening.
Yeah.
Like once I got to that Sakurai battle, like my next 2 or 3 battles all happened. So that's where like that's like my starting point, kind of.
Yeah. So everyone needs to go check that out, and everyone as well, thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you want to get in contact, that's battlerapresume@gmail.com. Please comment on the videos. Please give us a review on iTunes if you can. We've had some great reviews recently, and they all contribute to the general search algorithm and just to help to get the podcast out there more. Please download any episodes you haven't listened to in the past. Please watch more battles. Follow us on Twitter at battlerapresume. Redbubble shop, finally. Search battlerapresume on there to buy some merchandise and help the podcast going. But yeah, instead of all of that, just enjoy the podcast as well. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next episode. See you later.
Peace.
That is a blunt.
We call that the super blunt.